With summer coming to an end and monsoon just around the corner, you might have already noticed a sharp rise in infections around you. From common cold to food poisoning to vector-borne infections like malaria, the incidence of these infections goes up as the weather changes. Children and elderly are the worst hit, and they spend so much time unwell and recovering from these. And we all know someone who falls sick every other week. But here's the truth. The fact that these infections repeatedly happen to someone is not bad luck, it's biology. Hi, I'm Dr. Anshika Gupta, and I'll tell you everything you need to know about the upcoming infection season, your immunity, ways to strengthen your immune defenses, and speed up your recovery if you end up catching one of these infections. So let's dive in. First, let's understand why these infections become so rampant at this time of the year. The climate, the humidity, the moisture, and even the flooding in some places. They all favor growth of bacteria, fungi, viruses. In India, with crowded living conditions and poor hygiene, this is the perfect storm for propagation of these infections. But also, our baseline health, our nutritional deficiencies, especially vitamin D deficiency, puts us at a risk. A lot of our immune system is located in our gut, and that's why poor gut health, the lack of protective bacteria, also puts you at risk of contracting these infections more easily. Moreover, the chronic health conditions like diabetes, a lot of which are undiagnosed in our country, and some estimates say that 1 in 5 people could be diabetic without knowing it. So all that contributes to a compromised immune function. That's why it's very important that you build a strong immune system. And because most of your immune system lives in your gut, it's a good idea to start by focusing on your gut health. So start cutting out processed sugar, processed foods. Start on eating whole foods, lentils, seeds, nuts. They're great for your immunity. And you also want to focus on something called polyphenols. What are these? These are compounds that you get from plants, and they actually work up your immunity. How do you get them? Through anything that's colorful. So fruits, vegetables, berries, carrots, citrus fruits, leafy greens, they all contain some or the other kind of polyphenol. They enrich your gut microbiome and they maintain the health of your gut lining. A few specific nutrients that you want in your diet are vitamin C, zinc, omega-3 fatty acids, and B complex. Apart from this, there are also certain compounds called catechins. Now, these catechins, they're found in green tea, great for your immunity. Quercetin, which is found in berries, apples, red onions, it's highly anti-inflammatory and anti-allergenic as well. It really enhances your immune response. And of course, when it comes to your gut health, nothing beats the power of pre- and probiotics. Prebiotics are food for the good bacteria, and probiotics are the good bacteria themselves. You also want to make sure that you get some exposure to sunlight. Anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes a day of early morning sun, because vitamin D levels are crucial for maintaining your immune health, and most Indians are deficient today. Although India is a relatively sunny country, but the melanin in our skin, the pollution in the air, and some genetic variations stop us from making all that activated vitamin D. That's why it's very important that if you do need supplementation, you get in touch with your healthcare provider, test your vitamin D levels, and get the right form of supplementation for you. Good sleep, anywhere between 7 to 8 hours every night, and some physical activity is also important for your immune health. Whenever you travel or you're in a crowded place, make sure you take the necessary precautions. Wear a mask, wash your hands, avoid touching your face, and avoid eating anything that's outside uncovered, especially if it's not warm. Because heating kills a lot of bacteria, so you want to be particularly careful about any cold food that you consume. There are also certain bacteria that breed on reheated food, so you want to be careful of that as well. If you still end up getting an infection, try and stay home and isolate yourself from your friends and family, especially from kids and elderly. Make sure you hydrate yourself, make sure you take electrolytes, ORS the real formula, not the sugary juices being branded as ORS. Take something to bring your fever down, continue a soft but nutrient-dense diet. That's easy on your gut as well. You can continue your pre and probiotics. A lot of infections in this season are viral infections, and remember that taking antibiotics is not going to have an impact on them. So cut down on unnecessary antibiotic use and consult your doctor before you take any antibiotics. If you're not feeling well within 3 to 4 days, consider seeing your doctor, consider getting your bloods drawn to see if it's an infection that needs a specific treatment. Now, I hope you found all of this very useful. Remember that this monsoon season, a good immune system is your greatest armor.